Green kitchen. What the fuck, man? Let's cook some food. Green kitchen. I love food. No shit, no shit, no shit, no shit, no shit, no shit. Choose wisely. What to say next? Well, I don't think I can choose what I have to say. I think it just wants to come out. Okay, I soaked this. It's standing overnight. I put oil on top. I mixed it a little because it hardened. And now I'm just gonna see. You know, sometimes it's nice to just do a test run. So there are all kinds of ways. This is not, I mean, you could turn this into a chapati for sure, but it's already different. So you could roll it out, certainly. Oh wow, this is hot. Okay. No, I don't want, just so you know, it's not the nicest thing in the world. You know, any job that you do is some kind of a drag. And that's just how I feel. Yeah? So you have to balance yourself right so that you can stay on top. I just want to see. Now I suppose this is not going to stick. Yeah, I'm just going to use one of these. Although I have no cheese. So this is not, you know, I cannot say if other people would consider this to be a good meal. I haven't baked it yet, so I'm not gonna know whether it's gonna be a good meal. But I know what I like. I have spent a lot of time trying to figure out what I like. And that's why if you make the dough right, then this won't stick. If you just throw stuff in there, it's probably gonna stick. I mean, I've done bread in all kinds of different situations. Now I'm doing it basically without fat, except for the bit of oil that I put on the dough. I did add a little still, just didn't show you. And so this is just gonna bake. You can check it then in between. Okay, right. You see it's gonna rise now because of the baking powder I put in. It is a natural baking powder, not this. I mean, what's natural baking powder and what's chemical baking powder? I don't know why, but I really always have the feeling that if I listen to people like lawyers and they talk about what they do to save the climate, I always feel like it's just a way to make money for the state. Right? Because what's going to happen? They're going to say, oh, you're not allowed to do this because it's bad for the climate. Now you have to pay a fine. Yeah, to who are they going to pay it? It's just going to be spread evenly. And then you sit around, tapping your shoulders and saying, yeah, we did really good. Oh yeah, did you? So this is, you don't want to turn on the oven. You like flat bread. You want to do what you want. So if somebody thinks it's a good idea to do this to help the climate, then they should do it. But just don't flatter yourself to think that it's super important. Because what am I doing here? Is this super important? Well, to me it is. But what's it to somebody who's somewhere else suffering? It's nothing. I'm super greedy. I just want to eat it like this. I'm telling you, if I would have, again, these nugget bits here, I would eat them. I have no restraint. I have, okay? But I'm just really hungry. Okay, I have restraint because yesterday I could have eaten, but I chose to not eat. I just went to bed. Because I felt like, it makes no sense to stay up. So it's certainly different when you bake this without fat, but I'm just trying to change my habit. I do feel like sometimes I have some kind of a bad breath, but I don't know how other people would. Because if I do the fact check, it smells all right. So what do I really smell? What am I smelling? I do feel like eating this chicken. I don't know, right? I'm just saying. Sometimes it feels a bit weird to eat chicken. It's just the fact. I'm kind of disgusted by flesh, I cannot at this stage, I don't know, I feel even disgusted by women sometimes. By the idea of sex, I feel disgusted by it. And I haven't had that. But I have it. I feel disgusted by sex. And I don't know if that's a standpoint I should maintain. I think it's like with the chicken, while you're eating it, it's actually nice. But afterwards you may feel disgusted. I think what I feel disgusted of is simply, I'm not really sure what I feel disgusted about. I mean, if the woman is nice and clean, I assume I'm clean, because how could I be dirty? I mean, I'm eating normal food that normal people eat. I haven't had sex in a very long time. So, I'm not obsessing about it. I'm not counting the days. I'm just saying that's how it is. So in a way, for me, food is a replacement. And that's it for many people, right? It's just a way to get love or to feel like, something is filling you up. So maybe that's just my feminine traits, right? It's just my feminine traits that just want to express themselves. All right, I'm not going to show you how I'm going to, what I'm going to put on there. Because what am I going to put on there? It's hard to say, is it? It's hard to say. I just want to eat it. I think it's still too soft. Yeah. I mean, it's not like it really bothers me. I don't have a problem with eating raw dough. When I was a bit younger, I calculated the ingredients that you would need to make 1 cup of dough for cake. I didn't put in the baking powder, but everything else, and I just ate it out of the cup. So I think I can safely say that, being hungry is not an excuse to be angry or impolite. Because it's just the way how it comes out. Because, right, I open up when I turn on the camera. If I don't turn on the camera, I probably won't open up. If I don't film myself, I just get bored. It's just so boring. It's just so incredibly boring because nothing ever happens. Nobody unexpected ever contacts me. And if they do, it just feels like, yeah, whatever. I actually could have seen that coming. I saw your energy, try to reach out to me. And I push it away. Right. And that's just what it is then. I mean, sometimes I feel like I've seen things coming, but at the moment, there are so many things that I think I have seen coming and none of them came. Which either means that, my predictions aren't, it's hard to predict when something is going to happen. You know what I mean? So you can say, I have a feeling something may happen, but maybe it's going to happen in 10 years' time. So how patient are you going to be? Just thinking about Guru Patik in Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender, where he says, I've been waiting for you. Well, he didn't know how long he would have to wait. He just sat there and meditated. Yeah, I don't know where you get the bananas from or the onions. Does it really matter? How did he make juice from it? Right? Does he have a de-juicer? Very unlikely. He just traveled like that without gear, or so it looks. So how would he do that, right? How would he make onion banana juice? I can't help it. There's certainly something that is called universal law. And when I look at universal law, okay, I may doubt that gravity exists, but I can call it the law of attraction, and that's more in line with what I believe, because gravity is just bullshit. That's just idiots making up shit that makes no sense. I say, I follow the law of attraction. And I'm not sure what I'm attracting into my life. I think a woman that wants quiet conversations, have food together, and engage with each other. I no longer really care who that is. I'm really honest about it. I don't give a shit who it would be, I mean, sure I would, but the only one that could stand being with me here would be probably someone, that I connect with, Okay. You see, that's what it does look better with yeast. It just gets a bit more fluffy. With other, oh God, I haven't eaten in, it's not that long. Just last night. Okay. I mean, it's bread. And it's slow bread. And you pick the ingredients yourself. You know what's in there. That's different from bread that you get just from the shop. Because you're never really sure what they put in there. Sure, I mean, in that sense, you cannot really be sure that there's flour and flour, right? Maybe it's bones from animals. I'm just saying, there's a possibility that it actually is. I don't know, it feels plant-based. So just because I know that I'm hungry, okay, it's definitely better, I think. Just don't like talking about stuff that's so irrelevant. Right? If people would just talk about how they feel, they wouldn't have to go around accusing states of whatever. Because it's just looking for someone to blame. It's like people, their house got destroyed because of climate change, and then they suddenly, they call it climate change. It's just a word. And they go around accusing, the state. But they only do it because they don't care about other people's houses. They just say it because their own house got destroyed. So I want righteousness because, yeah, and then you're blaming the state. Well, the state is, it's their own fault. Why? Well, yeah, I'm just saving material, which is why I don't use flour to spread this out. Oh shit. Yeah, okay. I don't know, there's just so much hate. You just turn on the radio, and it's just full of hate. And then you think, what's it matter anyway? I mean, seriously, what's it matter? Right now you're alive. You can do whatever you like, but you sit around hating the world and hating the state because of such. I mean, sure, what would I do? If something would happen now, I would lose my house. I don't know. I would probably pack my things and just... Okay, it would be uncomfortable. Suddenly war would break out. What would happen? It was very unlikely to imagine a war to break out here. But of course, it's possible. It's also impossible to imagine. I mean, for me, it's already impossible to imagine how it would be to be with a woman right now. I just feel like this will never happen. I've had my time with women, that's it, right? I'm good at making love, but women aren't interested in it. They just want to stick it in, they don't want to take their time, they just want to go, sit on top of you and get off. And I just say, no, thank you. You know? I've met women that just wanted to have like casual sex, and I'm just like, fuck off. I mean, look at you. I mean, I'm just saying, it's not mobbing, it's just fact. I'm a healthy young man. Then you meet 50-year-old women that have like thick legs, and they say, you know, let's do tantra together. I'm like, you fucking weird? I mean, your energy isn't flowing at all. I mean, whatever you do, your qigong isn't helping because your energy's trapped in your legs. You know, I'm telling you to walk barefoot. Well, you won't do it. Plus, I just have no interest in you. You know, that's just how it is. You know, I want probably a woman that's maybe a bit younger, because I know how I am, and I generally work better with younger people. Because, not always, but I just have never been attracted to a woman that's older than me. Never. Never ever have I been attracted. I have been, but it just, something just didn't feel right. So, that's all I know, right? Which is almost nothing. I think we're all just bluffing. All this, everything's so terrible, right? Everything's so terrible these days. What do you mean, terrible? Yeah. Well, I can't help it. I cannot live my life for others all the time. I think that's it. Just have to speak about these things.